Everyone, Teddy here in the JLC booth with Matthieu Sauret, head of heritage and product at the brand. Pleasure to meet you, and thank you for walking us through these pieces here today.
Thanks, Teddy. Welcome at Jaeger-LeCoultre. We're very happy to have you in Geneva, here live from Watches and Wonder.
It's been a great show, but I've been looking forward to this appointment because I've been hearing through the grapevine that you have some incredible things to show, and you didn't disappoint. So we have 4 different novelties in front of us representing very different approaches to watchmaking. I want to start with the most perhaps simple, maybe, but it's a perpetual calendar from a sporty collection. It's more of a straightforward type of offering, at least for what we have here, which is kind of saying something for what we have in store. Could you talk us through this new Polaris model that now is coming with Perpetual?
Of course. So before anything, I want to say that Jaeger-LeCoultre focused on a theme that is very dear to us. It's the Stellar this year. And so we have watches with exceptional complications, all of them, that our watchmakers have focused to work on the stellar representation of things. And as you rightfully mentioned, Perpetual calendar is certainly one of them. So for this piece, what we tried to do is to associate 2 very important signatures of Jaeger-LeCoultre, which are the Perpetual calendar, which is immensely complex complications, but also it's a complication that actually is very useful, as you can tell the time. It's set until 2100. You don't have to do anything on this Perpetual calendar. It's just one character, and it's always keep the date right.
You talk about this subdial here, what's happening also with that indication.
Yes, so we have featured the moon phase in 2 hemispheres. So we have a moon phase, northern hemisphere moon phase and southern hemisphere moon phase with a retrograde hand. So we wanted to feature some kind of a twist on this complication of a Perpetual calendar. Besides this, it's in the traditional Polaris case with the large glass box, super great dial that catches tons of lights with those large indexes filled with superluminova. And we've worked on a blue gradient dial, so it goes lighter in the center and it's dark on the edges, and to give a great sportiness, great visibility. And we're super happy with this piece. I think it looks amazing.
The Perpetual works so well in this case. And it's 42 millimeters, correct?
42 millimeters plus, yeah.
Available in stainless steel and then also in 18 karat gold.
And it will come with 2 straps, as we have a quick and adjustable system. So it comes with the bracelets and also with rubber, so you can change really easily according to your looks or what you feel like doing.
Wonderful. Moving next.
Yeah, so next we have
the Rendez-Vous.
The Rendez-Vous, yeah.
Now, this is not a watch that I would typically wear, as you're probably going to see very shortly. But I will say, there's a secret behind this watch that I want you to show everybody.
Yeah. So there was a debate that we should keep or not this watch in the video, but actually it's been the highlight of the show, and we have so many journalists, men's journalists, that have been like, "Wow, this watch is incredible!" And it makes us. We're very proud of this, actually. Of course, we feature it in our round watches collections, Rendez-Vous, and we worked on the unpredictable. So, shooting star, has always been something that has fascinated us. When you see a shooting star in the sky, it's great. So we wanted to have that in the dial of a watch. So we worked on a complication that actually takes this energy from the movement of the wrist, so the oscillating weight, but it's a sub-spring that is actually wound periodically, and that it releases a shooting star that actually crosses the dial in a super nice motion. So
this open aperture at the 12 o'clock.
Over there. So you can actually activate it with the crown. So you will do a few turns of the crown, and then the shooting star will appear in the dial.
And can you talk about how it's able to have that gradual shift in just motion across?
Yeah, it's just the motion is, we wanted to have a motion that is super smooth.
As if you're looking at it going across the sky with your own vantage point.
Exactly. So actually we had to add a regulator, or we also call it a governor in English. It's the same mechanism as a minute repeater, actually. And it's actually let you see the stars cross the dial, but in a very smooth motion. It's not going very fast in the air and then drop really slowly. So that was what we were going for. We're super happy with the response. I think it's just such an incredible complication. It's just move people. I think it's give people emotion, and that's what we're going for, and we bring complications to this world.
Don't judge a book by its cover. I think that's the story here today. So very cool. Now, let's move up to another level.
Okay, yeah.
So let's start with the Grand Tradition.
So this is the Grand Tradition, Master Grand Tradition caliber 948. It's a signature caliber at Jaeger-LeCoultre. It's the this flying tourbillon, which are like revolving around the dial as the watch goes. So this is it's very amazing because it's actually a dial that will perform a rotation around the watch in 24 hours, thereby showing you the 24 time zones time just at a glance. And it has, of course, a flying tourbillon, but what's so amazing about it is that we've worked really with great enamel work and really work on decoration of those. So for this watch.
Could you talk about the enameling process for this? Because this is very specific.
So we take a blank sheet of metal that is then hand enamel using champ levé to really depicts all the continents on it, and then it's skeletonized. But we don't stop there because we lay it over a back dial that is hand guilloché, and then it's blue lacquered, so it's engraved with sort of the wave. So the dial looks like it's over a blue ocean, really. And this is just like, the tourbillons look like floating on an ocean.
And it's also just has a dome profile.
Domed, yeah, it's the dome profile. Like sort of like a world map, really.
It's beautiful.
And so it comes in white gold, and it's a limited edition of 20 pieces only.
20 pieces?
And then
945.
945. So 945, it's also a great flagship caliber. And talking about the celestial, so we have this thing that for us a day is 24 hours, but in reality a day is not 24 hours. At least that's not the time that the Earth takes to spin. The Earth actually spins in 23 hours, 56 minutes, and a few seconds. And this is what we put in this watch. So we have the time of man with the hands that you can read, but also we have with this dial that makes a revolution around the watch. You have the real movement of the Earth, really. And so what it tells you, because your right question would be what for, and what it tells you is that the position of the star in the sky in real time. So you can, look at your watch and see, oh my God, this is the constellation of the Swan, or something like that.
So measuring where celestial bodies are at the sky.
Exactly.
So cool.
And this is also, of course, a minute repeater. And we've worked on the dial, so we've used for the first time a technique that is called grisaille enamel. Grisaille means grayish in French. It's a technique that is very ancient, where the enamelers works on a very dark base, upon which he or she builds layers of white, which go through a firing each time, which really brings out an extraordinary three-dimensional effect to the dial, really bringing greatness to the dial, and it's perfect for those stellar-inspired pieces, of course.
Stunning. We have to hear the chime.
Of course. Let's
do
do it.
Honors.
So I'll set it at an interesting time to chime. Let's go. Yeah.
Hold it close to that mic. We need to
Yeah,
hear
of course, of course, of course. I will.
Bonus points if you can guess what time it is.
So let's hear the constellation chime. That's what we say.
It's beautiful. Yeah, this is, so, talk about the approach this year from a design perspective, because I've noticed in the last couple of years what you've done is really focused on like a key message or a key theme for a release, and also really focusing on showing off your watchmaking.
Exactly.
There, of course, are some commercial models here, but what is it about when you're designing these products, when you think about it from both a kind of theme and also from how you want to, when you do an unveiling like this, kind of spread across your entire just watchmaking abilities? Yeah,
exactly. So we will always approach things with a sort of a theme in mind. It's always easy to have a red line. It's also very it helps you think about new things, I think, when you have like sort of a red line into the theme. So, of course, we have a range of caliber that is very wide at Jaeger-LeCoultre that we use, and I like to say that nothing is impossible in this grande maison, as we call it, because our watchmakers' inventivity is endless, and since we make everything in-house, we can always think of new ways. So when we say we're going to do something stellar, then we think about our existing calibers, the 945, the 948, which shows our great savoir-faire in the field of tourbillons, revolving dial, but also the shooting star. And all of them have to talk to each other. So we're always looking for new ways to make dials, whether it is using enamels or like new materials or inventive materials, layerings, dégradé dials in this case with the gradients. So they always sort of speak to each other. And in recent years, we've paid a lot of attention also to the cases, to try to open the dial the maximum to really show the complication. Let's the beauty of the mechanism speak. So it's
beautiful. An amazing showing. I want to thank you again for the time.
Of course, Eddie.
It was a great walkthrough, and thank you all for watching, and so long.
Thank you very much.